Hello everyone, today we will talk about the chromosomes, or you can say about the cell divisions, that how cell is going to divide, which processes are involved in the cell division, and why cell has to divide. As we all know that the cell contains a nucleus that contains all the genetic material in it, the DNA, the basic thing, are the DNA. So now let's move to the board so we can talk more about cell division. So the chromosomes are the basic thing in the cell division phase. Eukaryotic cell that contain, as I told you in the last, or you can say the first lecture, about the eukaryotic cells and the prokaryotic cells. So in the eukaryotic cell nucleus contain a thread-like structure known as chromosomes. So what are the chromosomes? Chromosomes are like just the coiling of the DNA. As we know that the DNA is a long structure. So in the nucleus, it is present in the highly coiled form. That is known as chromosomes. In the body, cell of diploid organisms, chromosomes are normally found in the pairs. But when we talk about the haploid cell mean, only a single chromosome is present. As we know that humans have 46 chromosomes in total, mean 23 pairs. In the case of horses, they have 64 chromosomes, mean 32 pairs. All the cells have the nucleus and contain the genetic material except red blood cells. Red blood cells lose their nuclei and therefore they don't have any chromosomes. So before a cell can divide, the genetic material needed to be double. So before starting the division, we should know how. So the first thing you can see here in the diagram, chromosomes condense in preparation for the mitosis. So here is it. Chromosomes are going to be condensed and they are prepared itself for the mitosis. Here is the DNA. Now the DNA just replicate. Each arm is called a chromatid. So one arm is one chromatid and the other arm is a second chromatid, you can see. Replicated chromosomes with characteristic X shape. So this is all about the cell division, how the cells are going to divide. A basic thing, or you can short form. Simple chromosomes condense and DNA replicate and make two sister chromatids. One is called chromatid, the other one is also chromatid, and they both are together. We call them as sister chromatids. Now we have to move toward the cell cycle. Cell cycle has two basic concepts, or you can say cell cycle happen in two processes, meiosis and the mitosis. Today we will discuss about the mitosis, that is the main one through which cell division occur. Mitosis is a stage in the cell when the nucleus divides. So how the nucleus are going to divide, which things are going to happen, we will discuss about them. First, the genetic material prepared itself for the division. In the next, DNA replicate itself. In the next step, the both sister chromatids move away from each other. In the next one, they are going to the central part, like arrange themselves in a form. And at the last, in the cytokinesis process, the membrane is going to pinch inward and separate them. One contain haploid number of chromosomes, the other contain the haploid number. So let's start the discussion about that one. You can see here the diagram. The chromosomes, nuclear membrane. In the first process, the DNA is going to replicate itself. You can see here single chromosomes present in the first one, but in the second, they just divide. They replicate itself and make the sister chromatids. Next one, chromosomes line up along the center of the cells. All the chromosomes line up. Next step, once the chromatid have been separated, the cell begin to divide. How? These arranged one are going to move apart from each other. The sister chromatids are going to move apart. And you can see it here. When they move at the side, the membrane is going to pinch inside, as I told you before, and they are going to form the two identical daughter cells. So it's about mitosis. I am going to explain it again. In the first step, the genetic material is going to replicate. DNA form the sister chromatid. In the next, all the sister chromatids arrange themselves in the center. Next, they are going to pull apart, like the magnet is going to pull them at the sides of the cell. Next, when they move at the side, the membrane is going to pinch inside, and two identical daughter cells are going to be formed. When cell is going to divide, the number of the ribosomes and the number of the mitochondria also increases. As I told you, the human has 46 chromosomes in 23 pairs moving to each end of the cell. The cytoplasm and the cell membrane divide, forming two new daughter cells. Now we should know about the role of mitosis. Why mitosis is important one. How cell is going to divide. Cell division by mitosis is important in the growth and the development of multicellular organisms. So this is the first important thing about mitosis. Why cell divide? For the growth and the development of organisms. Second, when a sperm cells fertilize an egg in human reproduction, the resulting zygote cell that form divided by mitosis, with each subsequent cell produced dividing in the same way to form an embryo. So during the fertilization process of sperm cells and the egg cells, mitosis will happen again and they divide the cell. And when they divide, an embryo is going to be formed. Now embryo have to grow. Again, the cell division occur and the same process, mitosis, will happen and a fetus is going to be formed in the womb of the mother. Now, therefore, for a multicellular organism to grow, cells have to divide by mitosis to produce an increase in cell number. So when we talk about the human or the animal cells, we can say from the first stage, from the fertilization to the fetus and from the fetus to a baby, all the things need a mitosis process for the division, for the growth and the development. For example, if we get any wound or any injury, again the skin has to regrow. Then how it will regrow? Mitosis process. The skin cells are going to do mitosis and the new cells are going to form and we will get healed. So mitosis is the important step for the development and for the growth of the living organism. So this is all about today's lecture. If you got any question, you can ask. Take care. Bye.